Environmental Department, Hubei Province, Mr. Li Ruiqing, Deputy Director of Ecological and Environmental Department, Hubei Province, Mr. Zhang Menran, Director of the Monitoring Department, Ecological and Environmental Department, and Mr. Li Yang, the Deputy Director of Disease Prevention and Control Center in Hubei. First, we'd like to give the floor to Mr. Li Yang to update about the latest news of COVID-19. By the end of the 29th of March, the total amount of the confirmed COVID-19 cases in Hubei is 68,927, among which Wuhan is accounting for 74%. By the end of the 28th March, there is no newly added confirmed cases in Hubei and Wuhan City, and there is no imported cases in Hubei Province. And we have reported 0 cases in Hubei for the consecutive 5 days. Other different cities and regions outside Wuhan have been reporting 0 cases for the consecutive 20 days. There are still 2,554 patients are hospitalized, among which the severe and cases is occupying 281 cases. By the 28th of March, there are 8 claims, 5 newly deaths. All of it is coming from the city of Wuhan. And the accumulated discharge number has been reaching 68,927. The newly added cases is all coming from the city of Wuhan. Right now, we'd like to give the floor to Ms. Liu Wenyan to give us updates about the oncological protection. Dear friends from media, good afternoon. I'd like to brief you the oncological informations and environmental protections related to the prevention and control of COVID-19. Up to now, the treatment of the medical waste in the Hubei Province is undergoing a very stable condition. Firstly, we have increase and improve our capacity to deal with the medical waste from 180 tons to 666 tons per day. The waste treatment capacity in Wuhan is increased to 254 tons per day. So in March 27th, all of the medical waste is actually being dealt with. Secondly, we have also claimed a very stable treatment of the wastewaters. And for most of the wastewaters, we sterilize them. And for the 132 different sewage treatment plants, it is operating under normal status. Thirdly, the oncological environment is quite safe and healthy. All of the different departments, they are undertaking a series of the measures, and all of the sewage treatment institution is quite responsible for the work resumptions. The quality of water is not being affected or contaminated by the spread of the COVID-19. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, Ministry of Oncology and Environment has sent a special working team to the province of Wuhan and gave us all kinds of the assistance and guidance. And we have been focusing on the 4 fronts. First, we have do a good job of the coordinated effort to translate all the coordinated effort into the real practice. We have printed out and published a series of papers about the safety development of the wastewater. Every day, we have upheld the video conference and we are working together with different provinces, including the Wuhan city, to do a good job of the control and prevention work. We have worked on sites, and we have also adopted a series of the monitoring measures to help the different departments and different governmental institutions to address the question. Under the associated effort of the Ministry of Ecology and Environment, we have adopted the professional environmental transferring equipments accumulated to 68 units. And we have also received 18,000 different medical treatment and prevention units. All of these equipments and facilities has improved all the frontline medical workers. Thirdly, we have done a good monitoring of the environment at the different sites of the province. Every day, there is one governmental officer who is responsible for the general reports of the ecological and environmental situations in Wuhan. And after rounds of the on-site monitoring and checking, they went to different designated hospitals to check about their medical wastewaters, and also the factories and the companies who are under the work resumption. Fourthly, we have also adopted an emergency monitoring system. We have also stepped up our effort to monitor the influence of the COVID-19 towards the environmental protection. Towards 788 designated hospitals and 254 different sewage treatment plants in the city areas, we have adopted a sampling method. Going forward, we are also going to continue our coordinated effort to help the work resumptions and production resumption. And we are also going to achieve 100%. That is, we covered 100% of all the different institutions in the province. And we are also going to make sure that all the wastewaters and medical waste is going to be dealt with 100% sincerity and caringness. And we are going to actively provide a series of service to translate and implement all kinds of the policies. And we are also going to focusing on our periodical result. By adopting a scientific and targeted measures, we are also going to win the battle against all kinds of wastes. Now the floor is open to the media. Please identify yourself before the question with CMG and CCTV. During the COVID-19 outbreak, I believe the medical system in Hubei Province is under a huge stress. What kind of measures did you take from the Department of the Ecology and Environmental Protection? As you have said, at the second half of the February, we have undertaken a very harsh battlefield. All of the medical treatment capacity increased from the 136 tons per day to 458 tons per day, among which the city of Wuhan's treatment capacity of medical waste is increased from 45 tons per day to 265 tons per day. And the highest storage and inventory of the medical waste in Wuhan have been reached 192 tons. If it is not dealt with a sincere manner, it is going to influence the normal operation of the city in Wuhan. That is the reason why we have adopted measures in the 3 different fronts. We emphasize the treatment of the environmental waste. Ministry of Ecology and Environment has sent a special team to give guidance and help and assistance to Wuhan, while the Wuhan municipal government, together with the provincial government, has carried out 4 different measures. The Department of the Ecology and Environment has prioritized the treatment of the medical waste and formed a special leader team, building up a monitoring system every day. For the different levels of the oncological departments, all of these working teams goes to the forefront. Secondly, they have adopted a comprehensive measures with a special focus on the collections, transfers, controls of the medical waste by building up a professional treatment and facilities of the medical waste, rechanneling the industrial water, or building up all kinds of the inventory warehouses for the medical waste. The daily treatment capacity of the medical waste is increasing from 150 tons to 281 tons, among which Wuhan's capacity to treat medical waste has tripled in the past several days. There are, totally speaking, 1,502 different institutions across the province. The vehicles which is capable of transferring the medical waste is increased from 144 units to 268 units. The total transferring amount of the Wuhan city in the Wuhan is increasing from 159 spots to 222 spots. We have also adopted original measures to deal with the medical waste, among which Zhongyou Province, Zhongyou Company has adopted an unremitting efforts by allocating 94 professional medical waste treatment engineers and arranged 154 different medical treatment sites. By the end of the 25th of March, Wuhan and the Hubei Province has cleaned up all of our medical waste, and up to today, we can treat all of the medical waste at the exact day. With China Daily, what kind of effort did the Ecological and Environmental Department did to provide the citizens in Hubei with a safe drinking water? Thank you very much for your question. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, we have adopted a very stable measures. We have adopted a very good control of the resources of the risk, and we have researched and stepped out all kinds of the sterilization guidelines to the industrial wastewater, day-to-day life wastewater, among other different types of the water. We have also required that all the sewage treatment plants which are dealing with the medical wastewaters to adopt quite serious measures. Every day, we have reported the status quo of the quality of wastewater. Through the collaboration with different governmental institutions, the waters in our province is sterilized, traced, and recorded. These are the measures that we can guarantee the good quality of the drinkage water. We have also added up the frequencies for us to go to sampling and monitoring the quality of water. For 147 different counties in the province, we have adopted a comprehensive emergency research of the water quality. By on-site research and assisting, we guaranteed the quality of water. Thirdly, we have built up a good traceability system of the water quality. We have monitored the resources of the rivers across the province. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19, we have adopted a dynamic system monitoring the water quality in the province. With all the priorities on the day-to-day water and industrial used water, we have do a good job to tackle against all the potential water pollution issues. Up to today, among 147 different regions and counties in the province, all the water quality is reached to the level 3 national water quality, and it is far above our expectation. With legal daily, what kind of measures did we adopt in terms of the ecological and environmental protection and monitoring during the outbreak? Thank you very much for your question. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, to do a good job of monitoring, Department of the Ecology and the Environment has set up a special emergency treatment plans to monitor the environmental quality. First, we have fully played the role of the ecological monitoring stations. Up to today, we have built up a water and air quality data cleaning stations covering all the cities and counties across our province. Through this automatic network, we are adopting a dynamic monitoring of the province. Up to today, the surface water is being kept at a very good quality. Secondly, we have also adopted a hand monitoring method. By launching into a series of the water quality management, we have monitored 2 different configurations, including the water qualities and the biotoxicities. After 172 different requirements of the waters, we find that all of the water quality has surpassed the requirement of the national level 3 in the city of Wuhan, which is hard hit by the COVID-19. All of the water quality is above the level 3 requirements. The biotoxicity monitoring has showed a very good result with a quite safe water to drink. Thirdly, we have also monitored all the areas with sensitivities. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19, we have also do a good monitoring of the designated hospital, makeshift hospitals, among other different hospitals. We have also done over 12,000 different types of the samplings in all of these solid waters. The city of Wuhan has also allocated the special water sampling mechanism near the Huoshenshan Hospital and the Leishanshan Hospital. We have also done a water sampling in the surface waters near the these important hospitals, we have also monitored the air qualities. According to the data we have summoned so far, the total water extraction density has met up with the requirements, and all the water is in a status of the good quality, and there's no abnormalities of the water quality and air quality in the city in Wuhan. To sum it up, the qualities of the water, air in Wuhan and in the Hubei Province is kept in a very good status. With Hubei Daily, in many different designated hospital and makeshift hospital, how did we covered all the environmental monitorings among all of these hospitals? Thank you very much for your question. During the outbreak of the COVID-19, environmental monitoring is undertaking a quite daunting task. The Ministry of Oncology and Environment has prioritized these tasks. And for the Department of EE, we have also formed a special team to go to the front line to do the monitoring efforts. With a coordinated effort, we have pushed forward the effort towards monitoring of the COVID-19. We have set up the responsibility to each of the persons at different regions. We have made sure that there is no spot being left and there is no area that is not under our scrutiny. And we have made sure that all of the water is under safety treatment. Wuhan is the epicenter and is the priority for all of our efforts. For the Huashanshan Hospital and the Leishanshan Hospital, all of the sewage treatment plants is under a strict monitoring. We have invested more and adopted stricter measures. Up to today, the oncological environment is being kept at a very good status, and we have dispatched over 70,000 different governmental personnel on working towards the water quality and air quality. For the Department of EE, we have came up with a special working list for all the personnel in the province. The outbreak of the COVID-19 has not finished, and our work is not going to stop as long as we win the battle against COVID-19. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, the Hubei Province is getting a lot of assistance from the nation and from other different provinces, including all of the equipments and donations of the treatment materials and equipments. Can you give us a brief introduction about the donations and assistance that we get? Thank you very much. The Tsinghua Education Foundation and China Environmental Protection Foundations, among other different 40 institutions, has donated a lot of the protective equipments and special environmental treatment equipments to our province. Up to today, we have received 32 different professional treatment vehicles and 68 medical waste transferring vehicles. 137,000 medical masks and 66,000 protective suits with 11,000 different medical gloves and 79.6 tons of the sterilization alcohols. This has eased the pressure of our province by and large. And at the most critical moments, when we were battling against the COVID-19, the Ministry of Oncology and Environment, the Institution of Environmental Science from Nanjing has dispatched 132 different personnel into the province of Hubei, among which 54 of them goes to the city of Wuhan, and they came to Wuhan in the middle of the night with all-out effort to help the city of Wuhan to restore its daily treatment capacity of the environmental waste. There are so many stories behind each person. So here, what I want to say that the professional treatment personnel is the end gamer of this COVID-19. Final question, please. With Hubei TV, with the good momentum of the battle against COVID-19, what kind of measures will the Department of the Environmental Protection adopt to help and assist the resumption of work? We are thinking from 4 different fronts. On one hand, the working mechanism remains unchanged. And we are also going to adopt a continuous, stricter requirement to the wastewater, waste air, and medical wastes. On the other hand, we are going to step up our awareness as a service provider. We are also planning to do a good environmental protection efforts. For the resumption work, we are planning to do the 3 different areas. We have also going to add up a list of the environmental evaluation with the detailed measures and efforts, and on optimized, scrutinized procedures. We are going to provide a prioritized service to certain different companies. Secondly, we are also going to adopt a contactless service providing methods through the applications, through the internet. All the approvals and the paperwork is going to be done on all of these convenient methods. This is going to help us to improve the environmental quality. Secondly, we are also going to build up a positive list for the environmental protection. This positive list includes the COVID-19 related area for the companies which were included into the positive list. We have adopted measures of zero interference and fully support. Thirdly, we have provided services in the 3 fronts. We provided the companies with our technical support to help the companies to better treat with the wastes. Secondly, we are also applying for the national level earmarked foundations for the different projects. Thirdly, we are providing professional services in the environmental related loans, and we are also extended the taxation period for all of these related companies. This is going to ease the burden of the company greatly. Thank you very much for attending today's press briefing. That concludes today's press briefing.